Time to break some more ground with Brennon Willard as we're talking racing today on our third installment with Brennon Willard, late model driver, and we're breaking some new ground today for sure because plans have changed for your racing destinations in 2025.
Yeah, and the weekend weather was kind of making it look a little bit that way. Weather in Iowa looks way better than it does down in Texas, but we had some stuff change on our crew side of things, and so when MLRA, we talked about this on one of the shows, when MLRA went away, we had to choose Mars or Comp, and both are really good series. There's pros and cons to each one, but when Tony chose Mars, out of the same, we're basically out of the same town. We share crew guys. We go back and forth with shops. I go to his shop a couple nights a week. He'll come over to mine. Like, when you're sharing info, you're in the same everything program. You kind of got to run together. And so we made the decision last night for sure, I guess. We're going to go north and go run Mars. And love the Comp guys and was looking forward to that. But with the crew that we have, that we're going forward with and how we're going to approach the year, it was kind of a no-brainer on how we had to do it. So going to be a rough couple weeks because we're going to new racetracks. This weekend, we've been to Maquoketa. It's been 2021, I think is the last time I was there. So it's been a hot minute, but I at least have ran there before. Never ran good there. I always tell Tony I hate that place. But like you say, you got to go in the mindset you love the place, and maybe I'm hoping that it races a little more like Springfield now, and so we'll see. It's black dirt. Our cars like black dirt, so we'll go to Maquoketa, Iowa this weekend for the Nippy 50. So we practice tomorrow, race Friday. Hopefully we get Saturday in, but they're talking about they're going to move it up a couple hours and keep watching the forecast. But awesome show. Everything's on flow. And that influenced my decision probably a lot too. So my mom, and everybody knows what my mom's been through with me and my mom and the kidney donation and all that. And, with her not being able to go to the racetrack still, my dad my dad has not been to one of my races since my mom got sick. And it's been 4 or 5 years since he's seen me race in person. So, but he has flow. And so he watches. We were talking, college baseball and college softball, and he watched Lucas Oil races, and every race that's on flow that's dirt racing, he'll watch. And so my mom and dad can watch, and my Braden can watch Poplar Bluff. And so when he's not with us on the road. So it'll be interesting change, but here we go. We'll see what happens. We're going to learn to travel and race this year.
Well, you talk about tying into TGR racing. And by the way, happy birthday to Tony. I believe he celebrated this week.
That was an awesome picture that his wife had put up years ago that I was able to steal, so that was good. But mine's coming up, so I'm going to get paid back. It's not good.
But you talk about resource allocation, basically, when you combine this to go to the same spots. That's kind of what it boils down to.
It's all about resources, and it's all about crew and help, and we are able to do what we do we have a budget, and we try to stay within our budget. We obviously go over budget every year like everybody else, right? But Tony and I have a budget, and we have to, if we combine our stuff, it saves us a lot of money. That's why we always try to run the same cars, because you can have half the amount of spares, which is a $10,000 to $20,000 a year savings that you don't have to have in your trailer. And if you can help with the crew guys and crew help, and obviously when your everybody's traveling together and your families hang out, it's a lot easier on your kids. So it's spring break this week. Kids get to go together. That helps. If I'm in Texas, he's in Iowa. Makes it a little tough. So, but we're looking forward to it. The best race car drivers in dirt late model racing right now come from Illinois, in my opinion. So if you want to be one of the better ones, and what better way to learn to go race in Illinois all summer. So So what we're gonna do? We're some in Missouri, Peevely, but there's a lot of still races. Springfield, Wheatland will be at Wheatland in a couple weeks. It's unsanctioned, and who knows? I think there's gonna be a lot of big things come out. The comp cams guys they're doing a lot of great things right now, and I think you're gonna see an opportunity for both series to have combo races and people like us that are kind of caught in the middle to get where we need to go and go and have an MLRA type schedule. I mean, we're going to this weekend. I've been to Maquoketa twice, I think. I've watched races at Paducah next week, where we go there next Friday. Never seen the place, never raced there. Seen the place. I think I went there to watch a race in 2009. It's been a hot minute, but at least I've seen it. I've never been to Charleston, Illinois. We go to Tipton, Iowa. I missed that race. That was an MLRA race last year, and then I was out with the kidney donation, that one. And then we go to 34 Raceway, which is my favorite racetrack. So I'm looking forward to that race. The Slocum 50 is the best, one of my favorite races of the year. So that's cool. And then I think I can't remember where we go after that, but we race a lot and really a lot early. And then what else helps is after Memorial Day weekend, they are off for the complete summer national schedule. So we'll go check out baseball, Braden's baseball, and hang out in June, and then hit some summer national races up that are close. It makes sense. And if there's some comp races that are close, it makes sense, or revival, anything that's close, it makes sense. We'll hit it up. And so going to be interesting. Going to learn a lot the next month.
So even though you may not be totally involved in a particular series, you can, as the schedule dictates and the weather allows, you can pop in and compete at a race.
That's right. And like the weekend of the Slocum race, April 18th and 19th, if Iowa rains out, we'll go to Oklahoma. Like, that's what is nice where we're at. It's about the same drive. It's actually a little closer to the comp race that weekend, so we'll go down there. We've got some options that are pretty nice. So you just kind of wait and see. Of course, the Wheatland race coming up, that's unsanctioned. There's no Mars race that weekend. We're going to go to Wheatland for that. Going to miss the Show Me 100, but I think we'll go to Thursday now, the Show Me 100. But that part really sucks, but it is what it is. So you'd be back in that in a couple years, I guess.
So would the Mars schedule avail you more races to compete in compared to comp cams, or are they about the same?
Exactly the same. It's 2,500 less miles, which is hard to believe. But no, it's about the same. And the guys that are really good in the South are really good in the South, and the guys that are really good in Illinois are really good in Illinois. I think it's the same quality of cars. The guys down South are awesome. Like, you go down to Texas, Louisiana, those guys are really good. And just like our guys here, you know, when our guys around Missouri, they know how to get around in these places. And so we'll go to some racetracks we do know, Granite City, Peevely, places like that we like and know a little bit. And so that'll be fun. But basically the same amount of racing, just different, you know. But like you said, you got to combine your resources and make it happen.
Today's show being brought to you by Schaefer's Oil. We're breaking ground again with Brennon this week. What have you been doing to the car to get ready?
A lot. We had ran a pretty good 3-week stretch there, so took everything apart. Of course, we were talking earlier, it takes about 40 hours to get one guy, 40 hours to wash everything. Clean the trailer, clean the hauler, clean the car, clean your tires, and then start on tires. And so we had to regroup our tires. We had to do some body work, and gotten two little minor mishaps at Springfield, but we had to fix some things. And then when we got done there, or we got done with that, we went over our shocks and springs, maintenance that. And there's a lot that goes into it, and like the week off's nice because you get a chance to step back, look at your race car, and I don't know why we all take so much time just looking at them. But it's like a little meme of the guy, just look at it. But you look over and make sure there's nothing bent, check things here and there. And but the biggest thing is your shocks and springs and checking your bearings and all that. So big shout out to Schaefer's. We checked, they gave us some high pressure grease and to try, and we put in our spring bearings, and that was testimony of their product. It worked really well. And so your maintenance is your number one key to not having any problems. And that part takes a lot of time. So it's a full-time job to keep these things going up and down the road. Of course, your rig's a full-time job just in that alone. So a lot of time and preparation. And then we got to relax and hang out with the family last weekend. So that was good.
What about the modified? What's going on in
Getting close on
that department?
That was our backup plan for the weekend. And if we had to, we were going to scramble with the motors in. And we'll have the wrap coming out pretty quick on that. And if we get a rain out weekend, we'll be debuting that. If not, it'll be coming out in May and June when we have a week off.
Who do you consult in the dirt modified class as an expert that you might want to emulate?
Man, so we've got a lot of, Terry Phillips is everybody's hero around here, right? And I grew up watching him. I might age Terry a little bit, but I grew up when I remember him in the mod in the 80s, and then in a late model. And then obviously he's a guy you're going to watch and want to be like. Tony's got a really good relationship with Zach Vanderbeek, and that's why we got the Vanderbilt cars. Of course, J2 building the cars that they build, they're a B mod, but really they're not a lot of difference in the cars. Just taking a 4-bar car versus 3-link car, and you're going to take a lot of what you learn on the late model side, put it into the modified, and really just go out and. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that, just to have a little fun. Not the late model is so much fun, but it's a lot of pressure, a lot of get up and go. Where your mod, you're going to show up to these races and hope for a good run. Dustin Hodges that raced MLRA with us the last couple of years is full-time mod racing now in a Vanderbilt car, and he's kind of our guy that's going to help us when we get to the racetrack. We helped him put his car together, and Tony got him up and going, and that shop, and so him and Zach are good buddies, and that's just kind of going to be our guy. Is hopefully he has everything ready for us, so he gets to be our little guinea pig. So we'll just lean on him a lot there, and then your shock builders, you're going to lean on those guys a lot.
Guess if need be, you could give Kenny Wallace a call.
That's right. Yeah, and that's what's cool. It sucks because it's like different kind of modified, and not. Why we've got 4 different sanctioning bodies of modifieds that I don't understand, but late model's a late model. You get in and you go drive it. Modified, these cars are a USRA, USMTS type car, where Kenny's a UMP car. Like if you were running UMP, you'd probably have a Longhorn mod, so you'd have the same resources that you have in your late models. But we'll see. It's going to be a interesting couple weeks when we get those things ready and go to race a couple nights in those cars. And the cool part about that is if you have a rain out, you can go find somebody really close, and hopefully they don't rain out and go race real quick. So that's there'll be a show, and we'll be popped up, and we went and ran a mod that night. So that'll be fun. And a lot of those in June. When Summer Nationals is going on, we'll hit a couple of those races that are close, and then we probably go hit a couple mod races here and there and have some fun with it.
Big event coming up this weekend in Springfield. I know the sprint cars are coming
with
support classes.
Yes, that'll be cool, and a lot of racing going around. Of course, King of America mod race at Lucas that's the biggest modified race there is around the area, and this prestige-wise. So that was our original plan, and then this race became a Mars race, and then comps racing too. So original plan was to have our mods to go to this weekend. They start practice tonight, but we made a 180 on that and changed all that up, messed all that up. But that's a big race. And then I went out Saturday and had some fun at I-44 and watched practice there on pavement, and that was cool to watch. And need to stay away from there, or we'll end up in one of them. But a lot of fun checking that out. and they had like 18 Crown Vics at practice, which is a lot for practice. So gonna be pretty neat to see that. Hopefully we get an off night here or there to go hang out there too.
Yeah, I saw Aaron Douglas put his video on social media. His son Sam driving his Bandolero car.
We're looking at those. We got baseball, hot and heavy right now. Baseball ends June 15th, so we'll see what happens there. I could see one of those being in our shop in the middle of June. So Braden was eyeing that. So big shout out to Lebanon too. You broadcast Lebanon beat Poplar Bluff 15-0. So I made sure and let Braden know that again. I'm telling him again. Might have shared that score a couple times, but giving him a hard time. But no, I mean the Bandoleros are cool, and that's where kids are going to get started, and that's where you get going. Brandon Shepard's kids I saw are racing quarter midgets now, and it's the younger and younger and youngers we're racing starting. So it's cool that it's now become a deal. You can start young and just keep digging.
Did you have your event at the Cowan Center back in January?
I did not. I have not had it in 3 years. I got a friend of mine to take it over. Next year it's coming back, and Braden's going to race in it, and I'm going to go be dad and crew chief for that event. So I loved doing it, but it was so much work. And so I decided I wanted it to come back. I told him I'd help build the track, because we build a track for the soldiers to drive on every year for the holiday block leave event. So we already have to build the track to ride go-karts on anyways. So I was like, hey, I'm going to have this track built. If you want to put the race on, all you got to do is show up and put the race on, and we'll come racing it. So we had the track built, and we actually had an invitational race only last year with Braden and some of his buddies, and that was Braden's first racing weekend to teach him how to race. So Tony and I had fun with that, and it was a ton of fun. And we got our kids out there, and we raced with our kids. And the Mooneyhams all come down, and they had their go-karts, and everybody come down. We had about 15 of us had a pretty good time in there. So that was kind of like, okay, we'll bring this back and do it right. So I'm going to go be dad and crew chief that weekend and hang out and yell at the people at the track like they always used to yell at me, but we'll help get it ready, and then it'll be their baby to take over and do. So I'm looking forward to it coming back, and I'm really looking forward to being a crew chief.
No doubt. NASCAR goes to Martinsville this weekend.
So awesome race Saturday or Sunday. Kyle Larson I literally was like, he doesn't have a chance. And then it's Kyle Larson, right? And shout out to Justin Allgaier. We're actually going to Allgaier's shop tonight to get a couple things on our way to the racetrack. So big shout out to, they're a huge sponsor and help of us at Allgaier Performance. But he got the win Saturday, and then Larson got on Sunday. And then Martinsville, this tire, hopefully they give him the option tire. I'm really not sure if they did or not, but the Phoenix race was good. The other races the races this year have been great.
Yeah.
The short track races the last couple of years were terrible. And so I'm looking forward to Martinsville to see if they have the problem solved, because what I have learned and realized, NASCAR is going to work. They know they've got a tire problem. They know they've got a car problem. They can't change the car, but they can change the tires. So I hope that they fix it, and Martinsville's a good race, because that was always one of the best races on the schedule. So should be fun to watch. We'll be home in time to watch that on Sunday. So relax and check that out. And everybody check us out on Flow Friday. Friday is free on Flow. So it's a pretty cool deal. You don't even have to have a Flow subscription on Friday to watch the race. Just get on Flow. I think it'll be on Facebook too. But it's for sure on Flow's YouTube. So if you're watching this show on YouTube, go to Flow's YouTube channel. Friday night, free. And Saturday is, I'd look for that thing to be moved up to about 3:30 start. But go pay your $180 and watch anything and everything you want in the motorsports world for $180.
Appreciate the visit. Had fun.
Good seeing you. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully have a good run. It's going to be tough. There's all the national tours are off this weekend, and all the national tour point leaders are coming. So we'll be 40 of the best coming to Iowa. So we'll see what happens.
That'll do it for this week's show with Brennon. It has been brought to you by Schaefer's Oil. We'll talk to you again next week.